Hey, Bob Steven here, as you recognize, doing another video. You can see I've got a hat on, and I'm actually going to take it off now because you'll see plenty of it later. But basically the bottom line is we got about another hour and a half before this is absolutely 100% gone. I'm being proactive. I know it's only day 9, but I have a conference coming up in two and a half weeks. I want to make sure that what I present on my website and everything else is the reality of what I'm going to be in front of my folks that I'm lecturing to. So I'm being proactive, and before the hair clumps falls out slowly, I'm shaving it. So I'm heading over to actually my sister Kelly's salon in Pleasanton called A Sheer Thing. She's been cutting my hair for about a decade now, and does a fantastic job. And so we're gonna shave it. And I'll record the whole process while we're there, and then probably do a report on the way back. See you soon. Cool.
Yeah.
So I have a very political and logistical reason for doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, the purpose for the blog.
Oh, the blog? That's totally different.
Oh, the purpose for cutting your hair.
Yeah, that's
okay.
The blog is therapeutic.
Okay.
I do better talking about things than not talking about things. So I'm a very transparent, this is the way it is kind of guy. And no, don't.
Have you prepared Laura?
Oh yeah, she's ready. Both her and Jessica are ready for what is about to transpire. And so I'm lecturing in San Diego in 3 weeks to a conference of 20,000 people.
Hi.
Probably 100 in the audience. And the last thing that I want to do is to have a picture up on my presentation that shows me with a full head of hair.
Okay.
And then have them see me with no hair, because then people aren't logical sometimes. They go, "This guy's sick." Well, I am. I don't need to publicize that.
Right.
But I am, right?
Well, and you don't want them to be focused more on why does he not have hair now, right? Like, even if they don't go to say, you want to focus on what you're talking about, right?
So both of them are running on all.
Okay. Do you want your water?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Let you start. How do you start?
I'll talk a little bit. Yeah. So here I am at a Sheer thing. My sister Kelly, right here. Say hi.
Hello.
Is going to be shaving my head after my first radiation chemotherapy, because they say that the second one is when the hair falls out, and I'll be at UC Esri in San Diego the second week in July, and I just don't want clumps of hair coming out underneath my hat and as I'm lecturing. So I'm being preemptive and taking my hair off, as I've told you in my other videos. And so I'll be getting this thing going, and we'll just keep this going as you need it.
Nope. Sorry, I need a clean cake for you. I've apparently been very busy, and all of them are back there, so.
God, Laura's right. She's telling me I'm losing muscle mass. I am. I'm not losing it where I thought I was losing it. I'm not losing where I want to lose it. Nobody loses it where they
It never happens that way, right?
It never happens the way you want it to be. Right. So I do want to shave it. I do have antibiotic cream over there after we've got it done.
Okay.
And So how are you? I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Okay.
I just have envisioned me. I don't know. You remember my first or second grade elementary school picture? Dad used to buzz my hair all the time. He used to have my hair buzzed all the time. We'd go there. I remember him taking me to the barber, and it was just a clipper.
He had a flat top,
He had
right?
a flat top, and I always wanted a flat top, but he would never give me a flat. He would never give me a flat top.
He's like, I'm not putting the gel in Bob's hair.
I don't know, right? I don't know. I mean, the barber may have said, no, the better thing to do is, you know, just let it go. Or going for it right away, or
well, we can, or we can like.
It's your call. No, I'm just asking.
Do you want to leave a mohawk? Do you want to like see? Do you want to see a stage of things?
We're going all the way.
Because you know I'm not shy.
Yeah.
It's either sunscreen or hats now, right?
Yeah, like I said, I bought 5 hats. We went into Gorin's in San Francisco. I was really surprised because I never thought I looked good in hats. And I have to admit, he showed me about 3 or 4 that didn't look good on me. But almost 10 of them. In fact, I had to stop because I would have bought 10 hats. And it was really fascinating is that Jessica and her boyfriend were with me. And, you know, so I'm buying the traditional. I have the formal one. I have the casual one. I want the mix and match one that I can, you know, do here and there. And so we ended up with 5. And
are they all fedora style? Or?
4 of them are fedora. One's more like a, you know, very flat rimmed.
Oh, I call those like newsy hats. Like they're like it's or.
There's no fold to it at all. It's
okay.
a very thick, fat rim, and it goes way out. It has a really, really nice band. I really like it. It stands up about this high.
Oh.
And
so do you have a big head or a small head?
I have small, small to medium. And what's really fascinating is, wow, this is amazing. That's a little emotional for me to see that. No, it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
It's okay. I'm like, whoa, there. Anyways, no, I have a small to medium, but what's really fascinating, you know, because it's a hat shop, the guy goes, well, we've got wedges. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I've got wedges. So what's interesting is some manufacturers have, you know, the small I couldn't even get on my head, and most of the smalls I could get on my head. And so the ones that I liked where I couldn't get the small, man, we went to medium and he put a wedge in, and it went just fine.
So do they keep the wedges in the hat, like, or do you keep? Does it interchange between hats?
It interchanges between hats, but if you take a look at the hat over there, if you pull up, most of the hats have a nice rim on the inside where, you know, it serves as 2 or 3 things. It folds, so you can put it in the back or in the front or inside or however you want it. But the second thing it does, and I never thought about this, but as soon as the guy said it, it made total sense. I bought a silk insert. So the silk insert with chemotherapy, when the hair starts to fall out, it's very painful. And so people buy silk pillowcases and silk wraps for their head because it makes it feel. So he sold me a silk insert, and then that little rim on the inside, you fold it out, you put the silk insert in, and it holds it in place, and you can interchange it with different hats.
So the pressure on the head is not as painful. And
yeah, it's not you know, cloth or leather. It's
soft. Yeah.
Yeah, it's soft. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I'll have that vlog up soon. We have about 30 videos everybody was filming.
You have a good shaped head. No major flat spots. That's nice.
It'll be interesting to see if I'm like Bruce Willis or Telly Savalas or.
You get all done, right?
That's not as bad as I thought it was.
No, you have a good shaped head.
That's really interesting how I've always been extremely conscious about my ears. These will show more.
Well, didn't you at one point in time say you were going to have them pinned or something?
Yeah, and Laura doesn't think it's necessary. I'm like, well, if the woman in my life doesn't think I need it done, I guess I don't need it done, right? But I still think about it every once in a while. As always, Kelly, you do a fantastic job.
Well, I'm sorry, I keep...
No, that's all right.
You know, some people have like the cordless ones, but I just always feel like the cordless ones, like, I'm at their whim. It's like me in a manual car compared to an automatic, like, you know?
Not as much control, you know?
Oh, yeah.
No, in fact, actually, I had to buy a new lawnmower this last month, and when I went to go buy it, they basically said, you know you're going to be required to, if this is 2 years from now, you couldn't buy one, you'd have to buy electric. And I didn't know that. And so now I'm talking to him about, you know, battery storage and all that kind of stuff. And the stories I'm hearing, you got to get the right one, otherwise, you know, you change your batteries every 15 minutes.
Because they want to go away from gas powered, right? Like,
yeah, California's making a law that they're not going to have any gas-powered lawn devices. It'll all be electric by 2028.
Aren't they trying to do it with cars, too?
Yeah. Which, they're going to have to kill me to take my Cadillac CTSV out of my hands. It's
a nice car.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No. See? No major divots or craziness. Good shipped head. Now, you would definitely see this flat spot on the back of my head. This was the case.
Is that where you hit?
Mom dropped me too many times. I don't know. No. I don't know. I carry plate on it. It's that flat. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That explains the whole world to you now, right? Like,
exactly. So what's fascinating, before you get started, I'm going to have you do this, but some of the vlogs say you should never shave your head with chemo because it could create infection. And I'm like, look, you know, if you go to a licensed barber who keeps things sharp and right,
clean, yes,
clean, and then I brought the antibiotics, so we're shaving it. Yeah, I want to get down to.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have a new blade for every client. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, like this is like when I have one of those, you know the things they have in the hospital that like they put like old syringes and stuff in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that for these.
Oh, okay.
So I put them in here because it's. I mean, I'm actually like required.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Feels weird, right?
It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I'm actually feeling a lot better than I thought it was going to be. How do you feel about your brother getting this done?
I love the fact that you are taking charge yourself, right? Like, you're making the choice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cool. I actually think it's really, really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is that, like you said, part of it is marketing, right? I want to make sure that people see me this way before they see me this way. And I just want to own it. Like, I'm not going to go buy a wig. I bought hats for a couple reasons, because I would imagine there's a percentage of people out there that are going to still be freaked out when they, you know, a man's balding head is relatively normal and accepted in today's world.
It is actually, yeah.
But when the eyebrows and the mustache goes, that's a little bit better sign, you know.
Now, do they say that's going to go as well? Is it all?
I don't know. I suspect it will, because here's what chemotherapy does. It's actually a poison to your system. It kills any fast-growing cell in your body. That's why your hair falls out, because your hair is fast growing. So is your fingernails. So is your
Okay.
saliva in your mouth. So is your stomach and intestines.
So it can affect like your like dry mouth and stuff
oh
too.
God, you can't believe that. I can't taste a lot of things. In fact, what is today? Is day 9, and today was the first day. Laura and I went to lunch. It was the first day that I'm like going, give me this, give me that, and I could actually get it down. For the last 9 days, I'm like eating 800 to 1,000 calories because I'm taking 3 or 4 bites and my stomach gets nauseous and I'm not interested.
Does it taste okay, or is it just the nausea, like as it's...
It's all right. It's not great.
So I remember Dad saying everything tasted like cardboard.
Yeah, that's
He's like, it doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, Dad went through this too, didn't he? He had chemo.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a port put in?
Yeah, but his chemo was different. You're having the daily.
No.
Oh, no?
Once every 3 weeks.
Okay, so yours is what, like Dad's was. Okay. Yeah, because it's... And his first one was fine. So, like...
Well, that's what they say. The first one is good, the second one starts to knock you down, and then the third one's like, watch out, Charlie. And then they'll do a PET scan, and they'll see where the cancer is or isn't. And then we'll start it over again. So on Tuesday, I'm having a port put in. Did Dad ever have a port put in?
Yeah.
Where was it? Was it in his chest?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they put him on.
In fact, that's where they also did, the second treatment he did, the high-powered antibiotic,
Yeah.
went in the same port.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do with me as well.
The one that actually took the leukemia one.
Yeah, he was a fighter. He never lost his hair, did he?
Nope, none of it.
It's the one thing I'm a little worried about, that I'm doing this and I won't lose it. But I can't take the chance.
But then maybe we can like cut that flat top in.
Exactly.
Yeah, get that flat top after all, as it's growing.
Dad had what, 4 cancers or 3?
4. But they actually, the higher powered antibiotic actually ended up taking away the leukemia. It was actually one of those, remember, it was like really surprising. They're like, they didn't expect it to slow it down. They didn't expect it to take it away. But,
Stephen genes were strong. I mean, Dad's ability to beat things physically was amazing.
oh my gosh, right? He was just, well, he was also stubborn and tenacious. That's a family trait that...
I've been thinking about him a lot lately. I've been missing his anecdotes, you know, the time we had together. In fact, I was thinking the other day, one of my favorite last memories. You know when we were playing Rook in the kitchen and he had to have the...
You had to cut the gloves because he couldn't like pick the cards up?
Yeah. Stubborn man, he was going to play whether he could or couldn't. But we love
But
that.
I was like, no, don't play the cards. No, you're taking 2 down. No. And then that was the time that you guys got going with the videos, and everyone was laughing so hard. Remember, like you were pulling up videos, and Mom didn't realize you could pull up funny videos on the phone.
Oh, God. Mom. Love her to death, but sometimes she's just not aware. Laura was talking about it just the other day. Dude, were you there at the Christmas time where... so we had Jessica and Veronica record Sisters, the song from White Christmas.
Right.
And so we played it. Said, hey, you know, this is Veronica, Jessica. Mom's listening to it. Do you remember what she said afterwards?
Who's that singing?
No, she said, hey, that is a great song. You know what should happen? Veronica and Jessica, you
Oh,
should
is
probably... You should probably record that. And we all looked at her and said, that's what we just played for you.
Oh, I may have probably exited the room at a time because I think that was the time where she was like talking, and I was like, God, can anyone get a word in edgewise?
Just amazing.
Is Laura gonna come and learn how to do this for you?
No, how often should I do this now? Should I come once a week? Twice a week?
You know, I can leave it up to you. You could even, like, once we get, like, you know, this kind of aspect done, like, you could even try, like, you know, like, just a razor yourself.
A razor like you got, or just a razor?
No, like a Bic. I mean, you can use one of these, but they're, you know, you have to...
Yeah, what do I use? Shaving cream? How would I go about that?
Yeah, shaving cream, and I'm using lotion because I want it
Lubricated.
in soft, right? Like, because, like, it's gonna soften. You used to have the whole heating the shaving cream up in the thing, and I don't know where that is anymore. So, like, just use lotion now to make sure that it's soft. But yeah, we could, I'd say every 2 weeks.
Okay.
You know.
I might try it on my own and then maybe schedule if I need.
Yeah, try to, you know, like, once this, like, initial thing's done, like, then you can just actually get, like what you shave your face with. You know what I mean?
Sure. How often do you do this? Do men actually come in and ask for this to be done?
I actually really have not done this since Utah.
Really?
But
So
I shaved a lot of heads in Utah.
Over a decade. And
Yeah.
why there? Why would they? Was that
Just military guys. Like,
Oh, they
they
shaved.
just wanted it really short, or they want this all shaved and, like, leave their little landing
Mohawk
strip
on
on the
top.
top, right? Like, so, and goatees and beards. But yeah. I think that's why I don't have the, you know, the thing to heat the shaving cream up in the. And I thought about buying it again, but I don't really do it. So you can kind of feel if you're gonna do it at home, you want to kind of give yourself, like, something. Like, if you're gonna do, like, with the direction you go, you want to kind of give yourself that ability to tighten the skin.
Okay.
So see how I take this here
Yeah. Pull it up a
and
little bit.
pull it before I.
And it sounds like you only want like 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch strides.
I have more control. I feel like I have more control that
Sure.
way, just because, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
less cutting. You know, like, let's get real. Old time barbers are like, whoosh, whoosh, right? Like, but they do it every day, all day.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So.
Handsome head.
Yeah, look at that little
I
perfect
know,
little
I
V
never-
right
I
there.
never knew I had one that prompt.
It's great. Wonder if it's always been. Oh, you know what? It probably has always been there. I think I remember, like, seeing in your pictures when it was shorter, like, you having that there.
How's Mom doing with the COVID? She over it yet?
Oh yeah, she's over it.
Back to normal? Back to eating Tootsie Rolls?
Yeah, like,
and
she was
Maltbars?
really sick. She just slept a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't, I mean, really, it didn't even affect her breathing. 'Cause that's what I was all worried about, you know, with her having asthma.
Well, you know,
I was, like,
surprisingly enough,
super worried.
when my cancer spread, that the first thing I thought was it's going to go to my lungs because that's the weakest part of me, right?
Right.
It didn't. Went to my bones. I got 6 spots in my bones.
That's like...
Well, that's where they thought it would go.
Is it? Okay.
That's where prostate cancer goes when it metastasizes.
So do they know why it all of a sudden became... Because the hormone therapy was working for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know all the ins and outs, but basically, this was an aggressive cancer. It's aggressive prostate cancer.
Okay.
And for 9 months, hormone therapy had my PSA under 1. It was like 0.5. So they're like, yeah, you've got, we got it. You got time. No big deal. So that's when we did the surgery on the urethra, and then we waited 3 months on that, and then we were getting ready for brachytherapy.
So it was looking good, right? Like
all the numbers were right. And then in April, my PSA came back at 1.6, and he goes, we need to get a PET scan. And so I go, all right, well, let's get a PET scan. And my chart comes back with, you got to schedule your bone density scan. And I went, no, not a bone density scan. I've had that one already. I need another PET scan. So I go back to the doc. It took me 3 or 4 weeks to get that right. So we finally got the PET scan right. By then, my May reading was 5. My PSA was 5. And 5 is high even for an intact prostate.
okay.
So
What is it supposed to be?
in between 2 and 5.
Okay, so 5 is like that getting high, like.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine was as high as 23 at one point in time. So
Wow.
so we finally got the PET scan about a week later. It showed all these, and I was doing chemotherapy within a week after that. So, which is interesting. I just sat in a chair with an IV and went on for 2 hours. Well, Dad went through it. And first day I felt great. Day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, I'm sleeping anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day. I mean, I am just, up for
Was there nausea too, or was it more just tired?
No, nausea. I was nauseous all the way. Not bad. In fact, people have. Let's put it this way: they gave me 4 nausea medications. One I take every day, regardless of how I feel or not, antacid. And then they give me 3 that I need to take in consecutive order, depending on if it gets aggressive. I've never gotten past the first pill, and I usually only take 1 a day.
Okay.
So
you don't have to take all 3
only
if the first
worse.
one works. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. So, and I've only had to take 1 a day, and because I kind of get on it, because last night I hate throwing up.
It's the worst.
Yeah. So the last thing is that if it starts. If I start to feel that way, I just take this pill, and within about a half hour, 45 minutes, it subsides. Surprisingly enough, eating subsides it.
That's how Dad was with the high-powered antibiotic one.
Is that right?
Yeah, like they actually told him to eat. I'm sure they're not telling you to eat before your chemo, but they told him he had to eat before that treatment because otherwise he'd get sick.
Well, they are telling me to eat before my chemo. Yeah.
Oh, so.
And so what works really well is crackers and sourdough bread. And I'll just eat a little bit of it, and I'm fine. And
right.
So that's good. So I've just been tired and nauseous, and then I did have some pain, and they told me I would. It's really fascinating. We mapped out on a map where my cancer is on my skeleton, right?
Okay.
And like day 5, I was in pain. I could feel it. Like I have one on my tailbone. I couldn't even sit or move or walk. And so
is it response to the chemo?
Not sure.
And killing it, or is it like it's pissed off? You know what I mean?
I'm hoping it's that, right?
Yeah.
What's really interesting is that I'm an aspirin guy. I love aspirin, right? Laura's always about Tylenol. And so she says, well, you're allowed to take a pain pill. I'm great with the aspirin. She goes, no, I think you need to take the extra strength Tylenol. And I went, fine, give it to me.
Okay.
Right. 25 minutes later, she goes, how'd it work? And I looked at her and I swore and I said, fine, it worked great. And it did.
Right.
And I'm like, jeez. So now I'm a Tylenol guy.
So the aspirin wasn't doing anything, right?
Oh no, it was doing great, but for some reason she wanted me to do Tylenol, and I couldn't remember exactly why.
Yeah, a couple I can feel, and I just want to go back over. Still very prominent little like. And also when you shave it, did you see how I changed directions. So, like, I've been coming here, this way, right?
Yeah.
But when I got here, I had to start going in this direction. So you want to, like, go against the hair, right? So here I went this way, but here I had to go this way. So you want to go against the hair, otherwise you're just pushing the hair down.
Okay, alright.
You know, but it's not like I'm not your sister and you can't call me and go, what was that again? So.
Well, we're telling the world, so.
Telling the world, yeah.
Has mom cognated what I'm going through?
No, not 100%.
Yeah. Does she know I'm getting my head shaved?
No, I didn't tell her. I want that to be like.
Yeah, no.
Every once in a while, I could get surprised. Sorry, world. Yeah, I just admitted that. It's good for her. It shakes her up a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy how much different this looks compared to just shaving it down with like the nothing?
I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, there's just a much different look to this than when I just shaved it with the clippers.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Like,
Yes. Oh, you can still feel them. Wow, fascinating.
that's where they're like the true barbers might be able to get it all because
Oh,
like
yeah. No, that's
literally
okay.
but like
No, this is good enough.
I haven't done it in like forever and I want to have the safety of your head.
Use as much as you want. I've got another bottle at home, so.
And did they give you this with the?
No, this was for I had a cancer in my ear.
Oh, when you had the Mohs thing there on the top
I
of the
had
ear?
the one taken off, but 9 weeks ago I had one in here and I've been digging at it.
Oh.
It's 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago I had them freeze it, and they told me to do that every day in the ear. So I kind of figured since it's an antibiotic for that I would use it on my head just to make sure that it's all. No, this is perfect.
We've got one. You just bent your head down, and the interesting thing to me is you have the same divot in the back of your head that Dad did.
Really?
So did your dad have the same divot in the back of his head? It's the same divot in the same place. In fact, Dad's the first one I ever did a straight shave on.
Oh,
And
did you shave Dad's head?
I did. I did shave like because he when I was in school, like I was like, you know, he let me train on it. And even my beauty school instructor came over. She's like, "Oh, you're really gonna get to learn, aren't you? Because it's like I have to really stretch
Go around that.
really stretch the skin." And she's like, "Well, you're diving right in, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess I am. Thanks, Dad." It was like it was like no problem, right? Like here, this same little divot, and some of your hair wanted to like stay in that divot. I mean, but it's like symmetrical, so don't worry about it. It's cool looking. So.
Rock and roll. I like it.
I am going to cut a little bit of.
Let me know what you think in the comments, guys. I think it's the right thing. I'd actually like to know how many other people
would do this, right?
out there do this. I think there's quite a few actually. There's did you cut it?
Yeah, there's one little spot, yeah.
There's there's quite a few people that some of the vloggers recommend doing this. to get.
And others don't.
Well, others I think had the same apprehension I had, which is I'm not sure I'm going to lose my hair, and then when they start losing it, it goes over like 5 days, and it's not in a pattern. It gets blotchy.
One of the girls
gets
here,
emotional, right? It gets.
one of the girls here went through it, and it was like pieces and parts, and until she finally, she's like, "Look,
Take it off, right?
take it off." Yeah.
So I just want to get ahead of it. It's just like, look, let's.
I think it's great.
Well, part of it is I want to get comfortable with wearing hats and going bald, and
I think you should get a tattoo.
you know, I have to tell you, you ready?
I'm ready.
Last 2 or 3 days, I've actually been thinking about celebrating this with a tattoo somewhere.
Oh my gosh, can I go with you?
Yeah.
I'll sit down and get something someplace
So
else, but like, yeah.
I don't know
Why
what
not?
I don't know what I would do or where I would do it, but
What about what color is the ribbon for prostate cancer?
it's a light blue.
What about a?
No, I thought about a ribbon for prostate cancer, but you and I are both artists, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's got to be more than that. It's got to
Yeah.
be, right. It's got to be more and better and bigger, and so it's all good. Rock and roll.
I like it.
I do too, actually. I'm not as.
It's not as bad as you thought it was.
No, now they need to put me in a movie and give me some guns. And
Well, so now what we should do is we should sweep this up and let the world see just how much was taken off, right? Let's get the whole pile there.
Let's do that. It is gorgeous hair too, isn't it?
Yeah, I love your hair. It's the perfect gray pattern.
Just turn this around. There it is. Gone. No longer. That was on my head, and now it's not. Let's see. This is what it was? Or where it was? This is where it is now.
Now.
This is where it was? This is where it is now. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Glad I could be part of the journey.
Alright. Done recording. Thanks for letting me do this. Yeah, so the other part of cancer, you probably knew this with Dad, but I didn't know this till just last week. Once you have cancer, you never lose it. It just goes dormant.
Dormant or remission, right? Is that what they call remission?
I guess remission, but it's interesting that they're basically saying that. In fact, actually, what happened in the doctor's office, one of the nurses was, experienced nurses. I shouldn't call her a nurse. She was experienced with cancer. Was talking about. So the way this works is there's a crazy thing with the with cancer cells, and